Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'll be talking about my Microsoft interview experience which was on campus and was for the role associate consultant. So let's start the video about talking the interview process and my experience. So initially when Microsoft came to recruit for this role in my college in December 2020, um, they had filtered students on the basis of you can say CGPA and their resume. So the CGPA is an important factor over here. You should maintain a good decent CGPA and a good decent resume. Then there comes the round one, that was the online test. So the online test was conducted on Metal platform, and it had four sections in the test. So one was analytical reasoning, which had 20 questions, and you had 20 minutes to solve. Then there was a coding section in which there were two coding questions, and the section time limit was 25 minutes. Then it had technical MCQs, 20 questions, and 20 minutes were there to solve. Then the last section was a simple essay writing. So this was actually not much difficult to do. It was just pretty much you were given a simple topic that was actually not too difficult to understand. So it was a simple topic, and you had to write some amount of words on that topic, expressing your views, and it was just to identify that you are able to communicate to your views well in English. So that was the purpose for this section. And talking about the rest three sections, I would say this online test was majorly about how well you manage your time and how prompt are you actually answering them, because you won't have much time to think about answering it. You need to have concepts clear in your mind previously, because it's more about practice and solving questions in such, I would say, such less amount of time is basically on how much you have practiced well and how much stronger your concepts are. So if you have time and your placements are after some months, then I would say that practice more, so that you don't get stuck in such online exams, because I think now these exams are not going to be online anymore and you will be asked to write in the offline mode. So that's more challenging, I would say. So because you kind of tend to build a pressure over there in such offline locations of exam, right? So try practicing more and more, whether it be the technical MCQ stuff, which majorly covers subjects like DBMS, OS, OOPS, networks, like the basic CA subjects that you must have studied in your uh, previous years of BTech, right? And in the coding part, I would say that you need to practice DSA well, and you need to think about the times complexities and space complexities of the solution that you're going to write. Try to write the efficient solution, because maybe some of the edge cases won't pass on Metal, because Metal has a stronger check on cases. So it's good if you write some better algorithmic, better time complexity code, right? So you in this part of coding test, I had questions which were based on array strings, dynamic programming, and it involved sorting and searching algorithms. So this was for me, maybe it differed from some other candidates, but it's more about how you are actually good at practicing your DSA, because questions come from a pool of like a pool of questions is there, so you'll get questions from there. So you may not have same questions, and your topic of the question may differ also. So it will just come when you practice more. So you should practice and practice more. Then I was selected for the round two, and it was the technical interview one. So it particularly initially asked me about my resume, my projects, and work experience. So you should have a good resume that you can, talk about confidently, and try not to lie anything in your resume. Make it a strong point for you, right? Then the interview asked me that what was your favorite subject, so computer science subject. So I answered that DBMS. So he went on asking questions related to DBMS to me in a very conceptual way. So you need to be strong on something if you mention it as your favorite, because you can be asked anything, right? So after this, I was asked to write some SQL queries based on some given conditions, and it was of medium level. 3 to 5 queries were asked. Then some cloud computing basics he asked. So I would suggest that you should read about some prior interview experiences so that you know what can be the possible things that can be asked. So I also read one. So I saw cloud computing basics asked in that experience. So I also read it before my interview, and that actually helped me a lot. Then in the end, I was asked some puzzles. So puzzles are some tricky questions, tricky. They'll ask you, they'll give you a situation and they'll tell you what could be the way of solving it and what will be the answer for it. So you can refer to GFG puzzle sections that we have, and try like answering it promptly, and try to show the interviewer the way how you're thinking, so that he is able to understand that you have some kind of a thinking process that you're building, right? So this round also went well for me, and I was called for the round 3, that was the technical interview too. Then there also they asked me about my resume, cloud computing basics. So this was pretty much same, like not same, the questions were different, but the topics were same as of the previous round. But this was the main part of this round. That was the real life scenario. So the interviewer would give you some real life scenarios that can be from anything, maybe from his life or from the Microsoft point of view. So it can be anything. You just need to, apply the knowledge that you have of computer science subjects into solving the problem that he had given to you, right? So that can be anything, like suppose you can answer it by saying that we can use this data structure, or we can use this algorithm, or maybe if it is something that involves caching, then you can go and talk about some caching methods and which one is the best. So it actually depends on how you identify the problem well, and then think about what can be the concepts that are related to this problem that can be used to actually give a solution to this problem, right? So this was actually very interesting part that I would say, and it went well for me. So I was asked to appear for the next round, that was the HR interview. So this round is just to assess how well you present yourself to the interviewer, and how well do you speak, how much are you confident about yourself, your personality. So you should actually be very confident when you answer such questions, because the confidence speaks a lot about who you are and what your personality is, right? So the questions are very general, like it can vary, of course. So they can be like, tell me your positives, negatives, your goals of life, and why should we hire you? Some basic HR questions. So they're very general. You can, most of the interviews have similar kind of questions. Maybe some situations differ, but the questions tend to be similar. So the tip here is that whatever you answer, be yourself. Don't try to boast anything or lie anything, because the interviewer who is sitting on the other side has a lot of experience and they can easily identify that, right? So try to be a genuine version of yourself and then answer it, and that too confidently. So this was it about the HR interview, and my interview process came to an end, and I was selected as an intern for the summer internship period in 2021. Then after completing my internship, I was offered PPO, and I would be joining Microsoft soon in some months. So this was about my interview experience. I hope it actually helps you if you are also appearing for this role in some, maybe your placement times, or maybe you can refer it to your friends, so that people have an idea about what is being asked, because it's very important. It is going to help you build your confidence if you know about the stuff that can be asked in the interviews. So as a key takeaway, I would like to give you some suggestions that preferably I did it when I was like in my placement times. So these suggestions should always be kept in mind, irrespective of the company you are sitting for the interview. Uh, so it's very simple and general. Like, you should make your DSS strong, as I am saying again and again. Practice it. You can practice from lead code and GFG, and trying doing the lead code, maybe the contest that they have, and try doing the daily challenge that lead code comes up with. You need to invest yourself well into the practice, because DSA won't come by mugging up things, and it won't come just before like you start just before 2 days, and it won't be helpful in that way, right? So you need to be consistent with the practice of DSA, and learn the concepts of DBMS, OOPS, OS, and networks well, because they are generally being asked in like most of the interviews of the different companies. And make at least one of the object oriented languages strong point of yours, like it can be C++ or Java, because these two are generally available in all the companies to write codes in the coding round, right? Because you also need to have an idea of good idea of any one object oriented language properly. So try doing that, and then make a good resume, have good projects, good work experiences, so that you can talk about them very confidently. And always research about the company that you're going to appear for, because you need to know the domain of the company, maybe the vision of the company. You can actually be asked these questions in the interview, that uh, just to see how well are you interested in the role that they're offering you, right? So in the end, also maintain a decent CGPA, preferably greater than 8.5 or greater than 9, because some good companies also do filter people on CGPA, because uh, it's like that they also have some criteria that needs to be met. So CGPA and resume are a major criteria if you talk about shortlisting. So these 2 points should be in your favor, so try to keep them in your favor. And I would also be making some more videos which are more explanative on these topics in the future. So try watching those videos also, so that you are actually mentally prepared before any of your interviews. And then I am also going to bring out a series of interview experiences uh, from different peers that I have, in which you can view those experiences, so that you can have an idea of the interview experiences of people from different companies they were placed in. So that all these things I would be attaching in my description for this video, and just stay tuned to my channel. I hope that the content that I'm creating is somewhat helpful to you, and thanks for watching the video. Have a good day. Bye.